Hey everyone, it has been a while, but for a good reason. If you remember in the last few videos I've made, I kind of was talking about this wizard game where you and your friends can sit down together and you can go through dungeons with a variety of crazy spells in a chaotic and party sort of environment. And that game was local multiplayer. However, that doesn't always work when the people you want to play with don't live with you. So what did I do? Well, if you saw in the short, I've been kind of working on online multiplayer. And I'm happy to say with this devlog, the first pass of online multiplayer is finished. But I thought now would be a great chance to talk about multiplayer and the game. I thought it might be useful to give you a quick rundown of what the game is if you haven't seen the devlogs before or it's been a while since you've watched them. The game is inspired by the types of games I love, such as Overcooked, Gang Beasts, golf with your friends as well. You might be wondering why golf with your friends. Well, these three games all have one major thing in common to me. They're all chaotic, which I really love in games. They're all games you play with your friends and they just get too extremely chaotic and you just spend hours either trying to annoy each other or just laughing at each other for doing something either something stupid or silly or just anything really. That's what these games can lead to. Some unique interactions between you and your friends or just anyone you're playing with. And probably stuff the developers of the games don't always expect to see themselves, but it's always a nice surprise to see because it's something that's funny to everyone really. That's what I like about these games. And that's why I thought I would try and make one. The game is more based off Gang Beasts and Overcooked kind of mixed together, but the idea is you are wizards with a variety of different spells, and these spells can range from anything from your standard like fire magic to something as crazy as shark magic, where you could like spawn waves of sharks to go after someone, an enemy or your friend, because obviously friendly fire is definitely a thing in this game. And the game initially started off as couch co-op because I didn't see myself ever really wanting to pursue online multiplayer. However, couch co-op only works really when you're with the people you want to play with, but life doesn't always allow for that. And sometimes you need to be able to play across a network. Which is why I made the decision, halfway through working the couch co-op, that this game will need to be online multiplayer if I want it to be the type of game I like to play. And that's why for the past few months I've been working on online multiplayer. And I say the past few months because it's literally been since September and it's now January, so it's been a while. But I mean, also life has gotten in the way of that too. But online multiplayer has been a huge uphill battle, I'd say. I've briefly touched on why I'm doing online multiplayer, mainly because it's not always possible to just get your friends to come over and play your game. It'd be easier if you just need someone to have the game on their computer and that's all you need. But I thought I would talk about more about the multiplayer. The networking solution I'm using is Riptide by Weiland, who's making the pirate game. There are many other devs too who you probably will watch who also use Riptide, and I find Riptide to be a really good solution. So I did start off by using NGO, Netcode for Game Objects, which is Unity's solution. And I spoke to RobLang about this, and you may have seen that in one of the last videos I did. And NGO was good, but I don't really like using a solution that's just out of the box. It's not something I'm a big fan of. Of course it makes life easy and I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. When I'm trying to learn something brand new, such as networking, I'd rather do something that I have a bit more control of and kind of have a better understanding of why things do certain things. And using Riptide has been great. Tom gives fantastic support in his server and privately, and it's been really useful. I've learned a lot about networking, about how messages get sent and received, how to handle different cases for the server and the client. And I will be honest, when I'm making this type of game, it is a little bit easier because I don't need to worry about cheating or anything like that because it's a player-hosted game, and I imagine that when you play, you'll mainly play with your friends. So there's no need for matchmaking. You can join lobbies and such, like I've made a way to do that, but matchmaking and checking for cheating or hacking isn't something I've done. It might be something I need to consider in the future, but for now it's fine. And when I was making this, I was trying to set up my own lobby system, and I was a little bit stumped on how to, but then I think Zach suggested it in a stream that I just set up Steamworks because then Steam can handle all that for me, and I did. Which was really cool to see. The first time I pressed like Shift Tab, I think it is for me, and seeing like the Steam overlay pop up, that was a fantastic feeling, honestly. And I'm really happy I've done that. It's caused some issues. With Riptide, I'm now using the Steam transport, which means you need to have Steam running in the background. And it also means if you want to test with multiple players on your computer, you need to have multiple Steam accounts. And I had a workaround for having 2 players on one PC, thanks to Rugbug Redfern, who I'll link below, who has other great videos on YouTube. And that was fine, but testing for 2 players and testing for 4 was very different, as I discovered from my many playtests I did. And yeah, so it'll probably mean in the future I need to think of a way to swap the transport out, so that way I can either do local like online testing with one machine or use Steam's transport to do Steam testing, but that's fine. That's for online pass 2, because as I mentioned, this is kind of like the first pass of online because I can't keep working on this until online is absolutely perfect, because it will never be absolutely perfect until I've added more features in, because currently we only have like 3 spells in the game and they're all the same spell, more or less, and there's also not really a lot to do in the game, which is something I probably need to solve, and that will probably be the next few milestones coming up. Now, I don't want to just kind of give you this devlog and say, yeah, it works for 4 players, trust me. So I grabbed some friends by the name of Icoso, DualWielded, and Chadderbox and asked if they wouldn't mind just getting into a lobby with me and testing. And this was actually a really good test, because in this test, there was 4 of us, and 2 of the people in this test were in different regions of the world. Especially Icoso, who's on literally the other side of the world. So this was a really good chance to test out how the lag is in the game and just the multiplayer capabilities. And the playtest went really well. I'm going to include some footage of it now for you all to see with all of our lovely voices. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I just plan to do that.
That's just what I want. Nice.
Whoa, force field, how?
R is the force field. So long. I'm so glad it's like this first pass of it's done and I can actually, you know, do features again. Because multiplayer is not the best, you know? Well, I mean,
player's pain.
Yeah, you should know. I was gonna say, what did you use when you did yours? Was it? Did you use Riptide?
Do wizards pop up messing around with the force field as well?
Oh, there's someone for. Whoa!
Oh no, he's dead.
No. We can all jump on his dead body. To be fair.
You can jump on each other's heads. That's it.
Oh yeah, you can actually literally make a massive tower.
Do you reckon we can stack ourselves out of the map?
No, I've tried this. But you might be able to. I mean, I imagine you'll all find a way. Oh, nope, you can't do that. Nope.
There's absolutely no way, no.
Nope, that's not.
Don't worry.
You should be able to get out. Oh, crap. Don't do it. Don't.
This is not possible.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't do it.
It's got an overlord.
No. Yeah, you're gonna be. Oh, I guess it's just you and me.
Where am I?
At least we got a dead body.
Yeah, we got one dead body.
Well, at least you got that of it.
Away from the playtesters, people were actually laughing, which is something I was kind of scared about wouldn't happen. I thought people would find it boring because the game is literally just, here's a few enemies, just go and kill them, kill a few more, and then the game ends, that's it. But when you figure out you can attack each other and jump on each other's heads, that's when the game starts to just kind of get funny, because you kind of have that feeling, I think, that you can do whatever you want. And that was the desired outcome, so I was really happy to just see them all kind of attacking each other, jumping on each other's dead body. Jumping out of the world, which was, you know, something that wasn't meant to happen, but it did anyway, so we just go along with that. And I'm really, really surprised with how little content could create a pretty good reaction, and I'm pretty sure they enjoyed it. Getting the 4 players working was a really interesting challenge, because there was one issue that I had with it and I couldn't solve it for a good few weeks, and it just turned out to be an equal sign, but we don't look back at that. And I'm really just happy to see it all kind of coming together now. So with the first pass done, it means I can start working on what's next for the game, which is something I've been really looking forward to, because I can go back to working on features, new spells, customization, and talking about what's next. What is next? Well, one of the things I wanted to do this year was to have a video every month. That doesn't seem like it's going to happen because it's already February now. Maybe I'll be able to get another video out at the end of this month. I'm not really sure. Because I've been spending so long on online multiplayer and the game has literally absorbed my mornings, it's become almost sort of crunch-like behaviour. I was going to take a week off from working on it, maybe 2 weeks, maybe the rest of February, just to kind of get back into a better routine in the mornings before I go to work. So there might not be another video this month. But I also think it'd be important to show you Notion and just show you where the game is at right now and what's coming in the future. So here you can hopefully see the Notion page and all the other tabs that go into it. So I've kind of tried to split up, keep it as organised as possible. And I used Devlog's video on his Notion to get some inspiration, which I will link below as well. So you can see there's enemy ideas, game info in the pitch, spell ideas, some multiplayer notes I've had with Rob, and some quick ideas. There's also the old development list, which is just yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that just kind of wasn't organised. It was for the first playtest. But now we have the new development board, which I'm currently using. So it's got milestones, things to change, bugs and issues, ideas and notes, completed, and a playtest column and archive column. The archive column is currently like NGO stuff because I don't use that. But in the Riptide one, you can just see how much there really was to do. And there was a lot. But this is actually like done now, which is great. And that probably means the next thing I'm going to go on to is player customization. And there's not really much to break down in there just yet. We've got swapping colors and faces, and I've got this one for the hat as well, just to do a few things. But I want to be able to swap a whole variety of stuff and allow you to change clothing. Customization is also going to probably include different spell types, because that's also a valid type of customization, so this will probably get an update. And I'm really looking forward to breaking this down with you, because I can probably do more of a video on each type of task that we've broken down, or just a few tasks if I've broken them down in a month, which I think will be a really good style. And I'm really looking forward to getting into this next task, because I am very much so done with multiplayer for a bit. It's really taken a lot out of me this past few months to work on it. I'm really glad it's just done for now. I thought it'd be nice to end this video with kind of like a personal life update, I suppose. So I've currently been working in the games industry for 6 months, and these 6 months have been great. I've learned a lot, I've made a lot of friends, and I've been having a lot of fun. I thought balancing personal dev and work dev would be a lot harder, but currently it's been going rather well. And I'm really hoping this balance continues. It might not, but it's been great. It's allowed me to get back into some old hobbies as well, so it's all been super nice. I've also got myself a new computer. The old videos with a laptop, you can kind of just hear it in the background, like the fans are now hopefully done. The new computer is great. It means making games is so much quicker, playing games is much more fun, and it's just a lot better, honestly. Talking about other personal achievements as well, one of the things for this channel was that we hit 1,000 subscribers a few months ago, I think maybe December 2022, and I never really got a proper chance to thank you all. So thank you all. That was my goal for last year, and we accomplished it, so I'm really happy. I don't really have a sub goal for this year. I'm just going to kind of let it be. I don't really have any expectations for a sub number, but anything's nice, and this is probably a good time to remind you to like and subscribe if you haven't already. The last thing I wanted to talk about was something I'm really excited about, is that I got invited to do a talk at my university. I'm still ironing a few things out with it, but that should happen next month, and it's really weird. I've never done a talk like that before. I'm going to say that YouTube and streaming has been a pretty good place to learn about public speaking, I suppose, and get more comfortable with the sound of your own voice, making scripts and such. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really cool experience to go back and see some shoots who I've not seen for a while. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see more content from the Wizard Game or myself, please join the Discord or come check out the streams on Twitch. I try to see them every Friday, and we usually just do a bit of dev work, and it's usually a nice time. And Discord is always just a chill place for you to come share your work and see progress updates from myself and others. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.